A summer's day in Scarabray became a wintry night. Foes from below blood on the snow, bright crimson.
What's going on, Stickheads? Mike State Carney here, and we've got a very special video for you guys today. We're going to give out my first impressions of the Barrows 4 Barrows Deep. And Inxile Entertainment was so gracious enough to give us a code, so we thank you guys so much for that. Now, this is the first game since 1988 from the series. So Barrows 3 was released in 1988. Like, that's just crazy to think about. I know they remade and remastered the Barrows, the first one, but like it's just crazy to think that since, you know, what is that, 30 years ago, who knew that a part 4 would be coming out? And it's a full 3D environment. The combat system is a grid-based, turn-based combat, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. But first of all, let's start with the intro. So as soon as you get into the game, you know, you're welcomed by this gorgeous this cutscene filling you in on the story and everything, and it's really well done. And then you get to the main menu, and the music. Oh my God, the music is awesome. So it's very much like Bards, like, you don't think about Bards in like other games. So, you know, you got your little mini acoustic guitar, and they're got that kind of music going, and then the lyrics are just great. You just want to sit there and just listen to it the whole time. It's so good. So right away I was like, ooh, okay, cool. This is really neat. I'm in. I'm curious. Just right away, I personally love music when it comes to video games. It sometimes can make or break games for me, so it's really cool to like right away though, to make me feel really good. It made me smile instantly.
Anger scour the depths of Scarabray. Snow in summer, ice in my heart.
The song I sing will tell the tale of a cold and wintry day, of castle walls and torchlit halls, and a price men had to pay.
So as soon as you get into the game, you're dropped in. You're playing as Melody, it's a girl character, and you're right away in this town. And like I said, visually, it actually looks pretty decent. It looks okay. My computer's a little bit older, so I was running it on medium for it to have no type of hiccups in terms of movement and stuff. I have bumped it up to high every once in a while. It does feel like a little smoother and high for me, but it still drags a bit. But even with on medium, I'm still noticing some frame rate issues here and there. Now, I know the company is aware of quite a few of these issues I'm going to talk about, because they've already addressed that. They're going to release these in patches and everything, but I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of them, and just also that you're aware that the company is aware of them, and they're going to be going through different fixes and patches to fix these up. So that's coming. So we'll see if how much they're able to fix in other terms, because another big thing that's kind of is the load times. Ooh, the load times are long. They're very long. It's a little brutal, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I wish they had like at least the music going while the loads were going, because that would be at least a little more enjoyable and help you going. It's just silent while the game's loading. But at least if the music was going, like I said, the music seems to be going to be like, it's going to be very enjoyable. At least that kind of helps a little bit with that situation there. But so as you're progressing a little bit throughout the game, you eventually get to a point where you can keep Melody, which is the pre-made character, or you can totally customize a brand new character. There was a bunch of customization choices to choose from, which is very cool. So there are 4 archetypes to choose from, and then there's 18 classes after you choose your archetype. I of course, went with a mage class. Anytime I play a game like this, I always go with a mage. I love playing different spells, because I like to see graphically what they do with the spells and all that kind of stuff. So that was very easy pick for me. But then as you progress from there, then you have skill trees, and you have some skill points to spend right away, so you can get you know, an extra spell or two here and upgrade your defense and everything if you like. So it was kind of nice, just kind of a little starter, like, you know, pretty typical of a RPG of that kind of caliber to do. And then let's get into the combat. So the combat's pretty cool. It's kind of a grid strategy base. So each of your attacks cover a certain part of the grid, and it shows you in your thing. So you get 3 turns, and you pick what you want to do. You can move to a different spot on the grid, because depending on what type of attack you're going to do, certain attacks you don't do straight on. They do a whole row. They only do right in front of you, depending on what type of spell or attack it is. So you're going to want to move around depending on where the enemies are also displayed. So it's so I can see it getting really in depth. Kind of think, I don't know, I'm not sure how difficult it's going to get. I can see it potentially getting a little difficult. I struggled with a couple of the early battles, but that's just me personally. I'm not great at tactical action games. I kind of struggle a bit with that. So it takes a lot of thinking and planning out and everything, and I've never been very good at planning out, unfortunately. But it's neat. It is neat. It's kind of, if it stays a little bit more on the simple side, kind of think like South Park, the newest South Park game, Fractured But Whole. You know, even that one's more of like a 2D, like you can see side to side. This is, you're behind your characters, so it's like the grid's vertical instead of horizontal. So that's a little bit of a difference in terms of that. But with the South Park, at least, like there was times where you had to think a little bit, but it never got to the point where I was like, oh my god, what do I have to do here? Like, this is so crazy. So like I said, early on, I didn't feel that way about it. Like I said, the little difficulties I have is just because I have difficulties personally with this type of combat system, but otherwise, you know, it's not too bad. It's pretty interesting, and I can see it getting even more interesting the more hours I get into it. And that's the thing with this game. Like I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. The only promise is like when it came out, and it came out on September 18th. And then, you know, for me, console gamer, you know, PlayStation 4, I of course was playing Marvel's Spider-Man, and very busy playing that. So this just came out at a weird time for me personally, because like I have all these other games in. That just came out too as well, so that's a big part of it. But like if this game would have came out like maybe like March or April, like when not much else was going on, I'd probably give this my full attention. I would totally be wanting to dive right into it and get going. But for now, it's kind of on my shelf. It's gonna be a little bit on my shelf for now. But I definitely want to come back to it because, like I said, it's very intriguing. The music is gorgeous. I can't get over it. Like, I'll make sure to put some in this video here for you guys to listen to. But it's available on Steam right now. I believe it's $34.99. So, you know, definitely, you know, if you've been a fan of this, if you're a fan of Dungeon Colors, and then also like a tactical kind of base fighting system, jump in. I mean, I say go ahead and check it out. Like, why not? Give it a try. $34.99. It's not too bad. You know, that's a decently priced game. Like I said, for me personally, I'm gonna dive back into this once I'm done with some of these more AAA titles that I really want to dive into. And like I said, that's no fault of this game. That's just, I love Dragon Quest and I love Tomb Raider, so I'm gonna be really busy with those coming up shortly here. But here, check out the intro video to this game, and thank you so much for listening and watching this video. Please give us a thumbs up down below, and we'll see you next time, Stickheads.
After a century of peace, evil once again threatens Skara Brae, sending shadowy horrors to slaughter innocent folk. You must travel from the bustling port of Skara Brae to the Badish lowlands, the haunted forest of Inxile, and the icy isle of Stronsey. Recruit the heroes you meet along the way, or create your party from scratch. Fight as a rogue, fighter, practitioner, or bard, choosing from 18 classes and hundreds of skills, spells, and abilities for infinite character and playstyle customization.
this? The idiots didn't even kill me properly!
Gather your party, grab your fire horn, hitch up your kilt, and get ready to enter Bard's Tale 4, Barrows Deep.